All right, hello and welcome to day number 9, day number 7. I don't know, we're somewhere in a week after we originally hived the bees. So we're just going to be checking up on them today to make sure that the queen is in there and doing her job fine. We're not going to do too much else. You know, we don't want to bother their activity. And so that is what is on the agenda for today. It's about 11:30 and we want to make sure that we time everything out correctly with the bees. We got some rain coming in a little bit later, and so we want to make sure that we get to the bees before then. And we also want to make sure that we time it so there's a lot of bees outside of the hive. So like humans, bees have kind of a 9-to-5 job, and so we like to get in there and poke around when most of them are gone. That way it's a little bit easier for us to see things and we don't disturb them as much either. So I'm sure you can tell by now from all the smoke coming up, we got our smoker lit. Just some wood in there, just a nice light smoke to let the bees know that we're around. And all we're going to do today is check that queen. We're going to put in that 10th hive because we allotted room last time for the queen cage. So we're going to take that cage out today and just replace it with this. And then again, just checking up on the queen to see how she's doing. So before we start things off, I'm going to put some smoke in the entrance and let the bees know that we are here. So just give them a little love. You see they're already retreating in the hive a little bit. They know that something's up. Now we're going to pop off this inner cover here. And we got our feeder pail from last week. Still looking pretty good on syrup. We're about half capacity on this guy right now, so we're doing okay. And then I'm going to start removing this upper deep here. Now the bees have already kind of sealed it shut a little bit, so I'm going to use my hive tool here. Just kind of like a little mini crowbar. I'm going to be prying it open. And I'm going to be a little gentle because you don't want to make too many loud pops or noises with the wood. That can alarm the bees. I'm just going to wedge it in here, see if I can get this. There we go. Too bad. All right, we're loose now. Pop this guy off. We got our feeder pail here. Now when I lift up this pail, you should be seeing a bunch of little bee heads poking out. So let's see how they're doing. All right, hello girls. Hello, hello. How are we doing today? So I got a bunch of guys over here, they're doing their thing. I'm gonna just put this on the pail on the ground, let them fly off. But you can see that there's already a lot of activity going on, so this is an excellent sign right now. Got a few guys stuck in the syrup there from spilling out. You're okay, girl. Go on. Here we go. All right, so there are some garter bees at the top, so I'm just gonna give this a light little smoke on top here. There we go. And then I'm going to remove this inner cover. And I'm going to start smoking there. So all the activity is going on right underneath this lid right here. So again, this is probably a little stuck from all the propolis that the bees are making. So we're just going to use some light wedging. There we go. Should come loose pretty easy. This side's all set. So I'm going to move over here. So they definitely know something's up right now. But that's the goal of the smoke, is that there's two reasons why we smoke a hive. The first reason is to kind of confuse the bees. They might think that a fire's going on, so it kind of sets off some of their defense mechanisms. And number two, it also inhibits an alarm pheromone. So when there's trouble, bees kind of talk to each other through scents. And so if they think trouble's coming and we smoke them, they're not going to be able to get to each other as fast. So now I'm just going to crack this inner cover. Give it a few smokes. Go to the other side, do the same. All right, and now we're ready to take off our inner lid here. And behold, the beauty of bees. Oh wow, this is looking great. You can already tell that these guys are really busy. We've got a lot of comb being drawn in right here. They're eating up this pollen patty like crazy, so things are looking really nice. Let's go ahead and start our frame check. We're going to start from the outside. This is called the wall frame, and move our way inside to where the queen is. So give it a nice light little smoke. Some of these bees, you'll actually, if you see them, they'll start to move down as I'm smoking them. So that's good. The best sign to re-smoke a bees is when you kind of see them crawling up towards the top. So let's check out frame number 1 here. So there shouldn't be too much activity going on. You know, no comb being drawn out yet. So this is going to be another couple weeks until something happens here. All right, second frame. Got some activity going on. Oh, look at that. That is so cool. So now let's see. I'm trying to look to see if the queen's around, but I'm not seeing her right now. That's frame number 2. Go ahead and give them another light little smoke. You can see their heads are starting to poke up a little bit here. So that just means it's time to... There you go, girls. Yeah. All right. Gonna move this pollen patty over. Let's see. Look at that, they're really eating this up. Move that over to the side, give them a smoke because they really haven't had anything yet. So those, yeah, see them kind of start ducking under. Yeah, get out of the way. All right. Moving on to frame number 3 now. So this is where a lot of activity is going on. You see some of the bees starting to clump together here. Wow, look at that. Isn't that just a bunch of busy bees? So here's the other side of the frame. So as we move closer and closer to the center, you see that there's more activity going on, and that's because that's where we originally released the queen. So that's where she's going to be doing her thing. I'm just going to blow and see if I can find her real quick. No queen right here, but you can start to see that they're depositing nectar into their cells. So that means that this is good activity. Just carefully slide this back. All right, so now we're gonna move on to the center frame here where the queen is. This is the cage from last week. So we're gonna remove that and see what's going on. Before that, one little smoke, since we've been kind of taking a little bit longer than normal, just so I can show you guys what's going on. All right, let's see what's going on in the main hive. So carefully, I'm just gonna make sure that I pinch this hive so it doesn't fall through to the bottom. So look at that. No more marshmallow, no more queen. Gonna give this a quick shake. And the queen is gone, just like that. So that means she's in here somewhere. Due to the fact that there's so much more comb drawn out, I think there's a good chance that she's around here and that she's laying eggs. So let's go in here and check. A lot of times you'll notice that there's actually some comb being built around the cage, but this is a really clean release. So the queen just got out and she really got introduced to the frames well. So let's go ahead and remove this center frame. This is probably going to be the heaviest frame of all. And here's where all the activity is going on. Wow, look at that. A lot of busy bees. Isn't that crazy? So now I'm just going to blow out of the way and see if I can start finding some eggs. Do you see that? All right, look inside the cells. You're going to just see these tiny little white granules. They look like little things of rice. And those are the eggs. That means our queen's doing great. You can see that there's comb being built up around the eggs. And at the edges here, bees are still starting to take care of it. But the nice thing is that if you notice, everything's really concentrated in the center here. So that means that's a really healthy queen. When things are a little bit spotted around, that means that she's not doing so well. But since there's a lot of activity going on in the center, there's eggs, we found out what we wanted to know. So let's see if we can do a little bonus and see if the queen's around here. A lot of times she'll have servants around her. Not really seeing her though, but that's okay. The important part is that we see eggs are in there. It looks like a regular laying pattern. So our job here today is done. So I'm just gonna quick pop this back in really gently, making sure I don't want to crush any of these guys. Get out of the way, bees. There we go. And one more on this side. So we're all set. That's really great news that the queen's doing good. She's really healthy. So give him one last smoke just to make sure that we're going to be okay when we're closing everything up here. We're going to push all of our frames towards the center here. Don't want to squish too many of these bees. And I'm just going to insert that last frame in here. So this is going to be our new frame that we're putting down. Got a couple bees in the way here. Come on, girls, get out of there. Get out of there. All right, dropping this down. Placing that. And we're all set. This hive is good to go for another 7 to 10 days. So we'll be back in a week or two, checking up on the queen, making sure that everything's doing well, that she's laying some healthy eggs like she is now. And yeah, that's it. Should we close up the hive? Let's do it. All right. So, look at them, so cute. So I'm gonna just put this pollen patty back. There we go. Gonna put the inner cover back on. Don't want to squish any bees. Just do that. Got our outer box. Put this pail back on full of sugar syrup. Inverting it here so we don't drown the hive too much. Cover back on. And that's it. That's week 2 of our hive. So stay tuned and hope to see you around. Thanks for watching.